The game, which came out in 1997, is probably one of David Fincher's lesser talked about movies, released between two of his biggest hits, Seven and Fight Club. Yet, those that have watched it swear up and down that it's one of the best mind-boggling, brain-melting films ever made. Period. So this stars Michael Douglas as an investment banker whose brother gives him a special gift certificate for his 48th birthday. This gift certificate is for a game. All that's known as a mysterious company called CRS sets up an extremely elaborate game and thrusts the players in it when they're unaware of what's going on or who's a part of the game. Soon he begins to get paranoid that everybody's in on it, and he can't trust what is and isn't real. And he especially gets the feeling that whatever this is will never end until he dies. True enough, mind-boggling is exactly how I would describe this movie. In order for this game to work as intended, let's just say that a lot of things and a lot of people around the player in question would need to be fake and planned out in advance. That's both really cool and problematic at the same exact time. It's really cool because the paranoia that plays out from beginning to end is like a slow descent into madness. It very much feels almost like the game is specifically designed to replicate the feeling of psychosis or schizophrenia. Basically, where you're consistently questioning what is real and who is out to get you from beginning to end, and Michael Douglas plays the perfect catalyst for a man losing his grip with reality. All of this works incredibly well, especially the less you think about the logistics of what it would ultimately take to pull it off. Because at the end of the day, I did look at it a little bit too deep. Even back in 1997, in order to pull off what this film pulls off, somebody would have had to have paid upwards of $50 million for certain actors, stunt performers, vehicles, sets, props, insurance, liability, tech, surveillance, the list goes on and on and on. The sheer magnitude of planning something like this is bonkers, plain and simple. And at any stage, something could go horribly wrong where somebody would literally end up dying if there was just one misstep. Like there's this one moment where Michael Douglas's character is submerged in the back of a locked taxi and he remembers, oh yeah, it's a game. So he checks his pockets, completely unsure if he would even find anything, and he finds the lever to roll down the window and escape with. The makers of the game simply assumed that he would find that thing. They were banking on it. Like the fight or flight response would kick in and he would somehow find a way to get out. But they're also ignoring panic. Panic can freeze people in a moment of fear and could ultimately kill them. Yes, it's a movie. And yes, I get that that would be ridiculous, but it would be a little bit more realistic. It's definitely a movie that requires a suspension of disbelief though. You're really only supposed to look at it on the surface and be blown away by all of the madness going on. You're supposed to watch and wonder what in the world is going on and what's going to happen next, because that's ultimately how the hero of our story is taking it. And most films want you to take the main character's side and be relatable, and they want you to emotionally resonate with what they're going through. So again, if you don't really think too much about the logistics of the game itself and you just kind of look at everything on the surface, it's a pretty wild film. And overall, it's shot, edited, and paced well, with performances across the board that are legitimately believable and compelling from a number of very well-known actors, from Michael Douglas to Sean Penn to James Rebhorn. The mystery, even though it is a little bit too complex for its own good, is solid enough, and it has enough twists and turns to keep the audience guessing no matter what. David Fincher is known for movies like this. Movies that have audiences sitting at the edge of their seat, wondering what's going to happen next, and collectively losing their minds watching it all unfold. While I wouldn't necessarily say that it's as well thought out or as memorable as Fight Club, Seven, Zodiac, or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I will say that it's easily better than Alien 3. Not that that's hard to do, but Fincher also did that. But to be fair, I also do have a soft spot for bits and pieces of Alien 3, but that's another talk show. I'm going to give this movie 79 out of 100 possible stars. For me, that's a B-letter grade, but tell me what you guys thought about the game in the comment section down below. Have you seen this film from David Fincher? What is your favorite Fincher film? As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. Whenever and whatever that may be on, and until then, peace!